Hello, everybody. A look at our top headlines. A victim is identified in a deadly Little River house fire. A man is in jail after allegedly stabbing another in Escambia County. And a special event is set for this weekend at Mardi Gras Park. All of that and more is coming up on News 5 Now.
Brought to you by Green and Phillips Injury Lawyers, covering news from your neighborhood and around the world. News 5 Now starts right now.
Hello, everybody, and welcome in. My name is Summer Poole. I am the digital reporter here at WKRG. Thank you for being here with me on this Friday evening. I know you're ready to get your weekend started, but there's a lot to talk about today, so let's go ahead and jump into our big stories. Number 5, a bill introduced to keep the Blue Angels flying during a government shutdown. Northwest Florida Congressman Jimmy Patronis introduced the Special Operating Authority for Rehearsal Act, which would make it so that the Blues would be allowed to continue air shows, even if the federal government is closed. This all comes after the Blues were forced to cancel their 2025 homecoming show because of the most recent shutdown. Number 4, plans to create a new Little Lagoon Nature Park are moving forward. The Laguna Cove project will transform 53 undeveloped acres near the west end of West Beach Boulevard and Gulf Shores into a space for conservation and outdoor recreation. Crews will restore the wetlands and add public bathrooms and parking spots. When it's all done, you'll be able to do things like go hiking and bird watching there. Officials say work on the $2.6 million project is expected to be finished by this summer. Number 3, Mardi Gras festivities continue tomorrow in downtown Mobile with the annual lighting of the city's Mardi Gras tree. Activities will begin at Mardi Gras Park at the corner of Royal and Church Streets Saturday night at 5:30. The mayors will flip a switch, lighting the giant tree around 6:20, and the good times will roll on until 8:30. Attendees can expect performances from Mobile's Second Line Society Brass Band, Pensacola's 9th Avenue Brass Band, and Jackson's Southern Comfort Brass Band. Number 2, flames claim a life in North Baldwin County, and there are few clues as to what sparked the blaze. Behind this stands of trees on private property off Sawmill Road, there's hardly anything left of 61-year-old Terry Cumby's home, except a metal frame and charred and melted remnants of what once was. The Little River Volunteer Fire Department got the call Tuesday morning around 4 o'clock, but there was little they could do to save a life or the home. When firefighters arrived, the fire was raging. It would be hours before they were able to sift through the rubble and find Cumby's body. An autopsy showed no signs of foul play. The state fire marshal also concluding the fire was accidental. Family members tell us Cumby had lived alone for most of the last year. He was a lifelong resident of Little River. And number 1, an arrest after a deadly stabbing in Northwest Florida. Escambia County deputies say 51-year-old Henry Shoemaker stabbed a man to death last night during an argument on Merino Street, which is South Old Quarryfield Road. Off of South Old Quarryfield Road, We're told the victim was stabbed several times in his neck and abdomen. Shoemaker was booked this morning and is being held without bond. And that is a look at our top stories this Friday evening. All right, guys, let's go to our question of the day. Our question is, what's your favorite moon pie flavor? Personally, I'm not the biggest fan of moon pies, so Tia says mint chocolate. Okay. Lynetta says chocolate. Lynetta likes the original moon pie. Gary says vanilla. Charmaine says banana. We've got blueberry. I did like the blueberry one last year when I tried it. I will say that. Banana. Jenny says all of them. Larry says banana and blueberry. Janet says none of them. She doesn't like any of them. Jessie said banana for her, chocolate for her daughter. Blueberry, banana, banana, Joy says orange. Evelyn said she's loved all flavors. Eddie says salted caramel. Okay, that's a good one. That's a good one. More chocolate and banana. Mint chocolate, vanilla, mint, blueberry at the moment. Julie says peanut butter. I didn't even know they had a peanut butter flavor, so that's interesting. So it looks like, from what I'm seeing, it looks like banana, chocolate, blueberry, and mint are your top favorites. I've never tried salted caramel. I've never tried peanut butter, but I would love to try the peanut butter one. And I think this year there's a peach cobbler one too. So maybe you'll find a new favorite moon pie flavor. All right, guys, let's go to our poll of the day. Our poll is, who were you rooting for in last night's Fiesta Bowl? Now, this was the college football playoff semi-game between Ole Miss and Miami. Obviously, you now know that Miami won that game. But last night we didn't. When we asked this question, we didn't know who was going to win the game. So 15% said Miami. They were rooting for Miami. 83% said Ole Miss. And 2% had no opinion. I know the other day when I was in here on Tuesday, we had the question of the day asking who you were rooting for in the playoffs. And most people said SEC, Ole Miss, obviously, because they like the SEC. They want to root for the SEC team. So, yeah. Unfortunately, Ole Miss is out, and Miami will be heading to the college football national championship. All right, guys. Well, I've got a little bit of homework for you to do. You're going to want to go to our Facebook page, WKRG, if you're not there already. We are going to post our new question and poll of the day, and we want your input. Our next question is, who is your law enforcement role model? Today is National Law Enforcement Appreciation Day, so we want to know who your role model is. And then for the poll, it's, do you watch award shows? I don't know if you know, but CBS will be airing the Golden Globes on Sunday. So on News 5, you can watch the Golden Globes. All right, guys. Well, that will do it for me on this Friday evening. I hope you have the best weekend, and I will see you guys next week. Bye, guys.
Covering news from your neighborhood and around the world. You are watching News 5 Now, brought to you by Green & Phillips Injury Lawyers.
In the courtroom, the judge knows best, and this judge does too. If you've been hurt in a wreck, you need a law firm that knows the system and how it works. I'm attorney David Green.